All right, guys, welcome to Optimizing Forward, guys. I'm going to go ahead and make a live stream here for you guys today. In this video, guys, I'm going to make a 10-minute video on why having a career is so important, why is it necessary, and it's pretty much like, yeah, what the importance is of a career going forward. So I haven't really made too many videos, guys. I'm finally out of training, so I should hopefully be able to make more content going forward. Like I said, I just really haven't had a whole lot of time to do anything. Obviously, I had my old YouTube channel, ADHD 101. Haven't done a whole lot for a long time. Um, I've been honestly juggling way too much stuff, or really haven't juggled. It's not I haven't juggled too much stuff. It's just I think I've just been in burnout for a long time. But obviously, guys, I'm gonna try to bring it back to the old days. Not sure what that looks like yet, but yeah, guys. So let's start with a basic video. What is the importance of a career? And I'll make like a 6-minute video because I got to go eat here in a minute. And basically, like I'm almost 28, 29, hitting the 3-0 mark, right? And one of the important things to realize, right, is that like it's really critical to have a career, right? Obviously that's pretty obvious. Um, and the thing is that like I'm probably approaching like the halfway point of dying. Not really looking forward to dying, not super excited about that process. But the inevitability is at some point Drew is going to die, right? There is the finality of life. We can't, obviously, we don't live forever. Nobody lives forever. Um, and, the thing is, the nice thing about death, right? If there was a nice thing, is that there is an exact amount of time to do what you want, whenever you want. And like I said, like 5-6 years ago, if you've been following the channel, right? Like how you spend that time is going to dictate the quality of your life and the results that you get from your life. Okay. Now, during my 20s, did I spend the time as well as I could have? Hell no. Okay. I did good for a while. I kept falling on and off the horse. I did okay, but I didn't do as well as I wanted to do. Right. And honestly, the simplest answer, that's why you need to stick with it, guys. It's as simple as that. Just stick with whatever it is you're doing. Don't change horses, because most of my friends who are very successful have really good careers, right? They're chilling, they're doing fantastic. I've been in the army about almost 2 years. That might just have to end up being my career simply because I'm just old, right? At least comparatively speaking, right? But a lot of people are like, well, Drew, you're only 28, 29. You're not that old. But, if you think about it, you don't really have a lot of time to have more than 2 to 3 careers in a lifetime, right? There's still higher levels of capability and things I want to accomplish. But let's just start off with the basics. What are the benefits of a career? What does that lead to? And what can you accomplish, right? So the first thing we have to think about is, okay, if I have a career, whatever it is I do, right, then the first thing we need to recognize is that in career progression terms, um, I have stability of income, right? So the reason why we want to have obviously have stable income is because we want to be able to plan things, right? One of the problems I typically found was when you're just job hopping or you have a hard time holding down work, whatever it is you do, it's very difficult to really plan anything. You don't really plan anything. With the army, I can plan real estate, I can plan a business, I can plan all sorts of stuff. I can do whatever it is I want to do because there's a clear defined path to improvement, right? Building capability, building these things, and that's really the nice thing about it, right? So if you're like 18, if I could do it over again, if I had a crystal ball, I would tell my 18-year-old self, stick to one career path and you're going to become very successful. Okay. And it might not seem like it when you're 18, but 10 years is going to add up. 10 years seems like an impossibly long period of time, but one day you're going to wake up and you're like 40 years old and you're like, damn, what did I do with my life? And your friends will have accomplished a lot while you've accomplished jack shit, right? And it really just comes down to the same exact principles I've been talking about over and over and over: consistency and work ethic, guys. That's really what it's really all about, right? Um, and it's really that simple. Consistency, work ethic, sticking with it, the compounding effect. It's the same exact shit, guys. You really can't escape the formula. You can bullshit yourself, try to escape the formula of success, but the formula of success does not change. Okay, you can't escape it. You can be lazy, you can do whatever the hell it is you want, but results are results, success is success, and it's more or less fundamentally the same. Okay. And now that I'm like about 28, 29, I'm kind of forming my own philosophies on life now. And I think one thing that is critical, right, is that in your career, you become a person of great capability, right? So what I started doing again, as I was like, you know what, since I've going back and forth between wanting to do chess and not wanting to do it, I'm just going to go ahead and do it because I have probably like this one opportunity to become immensely good at something at least once in my life. So I might as well try to do it, right? See how hard it really is so I can get that gratification. So in your career, you're going to want to have stability. You're going to have increasing expertise, better skill sets. And with those better skill sets, you're going to become more capable than ever before. And those greater capabilities, you make more money. Even if there was no financial incentives for those pursuits of those careers, we're still going to pursue it going forward. And doing so, we become more successful. And that's critical, right? Frankly speaking, guys, if you're not making, in my personal opinion, at least $150,000, I don't see you really living an astounding life. Personally, I think it's mandatory to make at least that much. And you'd be like, Drew, that's never going to happen. I don't pay enough at my job. Well, if you pick a good enough career, you should be able to. I see no reason why you couldn't make $150,000 given enough time. If you stuck to one career path for 10 years, you would make that much money. You would. Okay. And why is that? Because just like in chess, guys, I've been playing chess probably for like 13 years, right? I am just that much better than everybody else just simply because I've been playing so freaking long. In order for you to catch up to me, you would have to do an immense amount of training to catch up. And then by my standards, I'm behind a lot of people in that given context, you know? And, that's pretty much me and my final thought for you guys. If you don't have a career, if you don't have something of stability, something of capability, something of high level of niche, something to where you become better, more capable, more able, and you're jumping job to make more money, then you're going about it the wrong way, guys. So in reality, people say jump job to job to make more money. No, pick one career, get really good at it, and then make a lot of money. It's actually a lot easier to make a lot of money rather than jumping job to job with no rhyme or reason to your career, right? If you have a stable career and what it is you're working on, you're simply going to make more money. You will make more money. And if you make more money, you're going to become more successful. It's like with lifting, guys. One of the things I did do right in my 20s is I lifted through my 20s, right, guys? And you can see, like, I'm in pretty good physical shape for someone who's 28, 29 years old, right? I'm pretty toned, I'm pretty cut, pretty jacked, right? Because I worked out in my 20s. And then in my 30s, I'm probably just going to get bigger than I did in my 20s, right? Still working on how to figure out bulking, still getting stronger, still realizing there's even greater levels of capabilities. Now, my main problem that I've been having, right, is not sticking with these things, not being consistent of. If you can be consistent from 18 to 24 or to 30, you can literally accomplish anything you want. 12 years, guys, you can literally do anything you want. If you are consistent from 18 to 30, your life is set forever. 12 years, 10 years is all it will take, guys, to accomplish whatever you want. If you do the right things consistently for 10 years, you will be successful. You will be successful in your career. You will make a lot of money. You will get the things you want in life in the same way that you will get the dream girl if you are talking to enough girls, right? Let's say you talk to enough women and you became more capable, more confident. Eventually, you would get to the point where the girls are like, you know what? I can't ignore you anymore. You're too attractive. Let's talk, right? And then you marry the girl and then you found the girl of your dreams, right? Same thing with business. You do the same thing in your business. You become more capable, more able. You stick with it. You're going to become successful. It's really that simple. It seems like it's complicated. It's just that people overcomplicate. They think that success is hard. It is hard, but it's just really a lot of focused work on a few specific things over a long time, and success is basically guaranteed. Okay, that's what I've realized. Right, I started following Jay Cutler's training regimen, and I have gotten the best gym results in the last 10 years, guys. That's how much better my results have been. In 10 years of lifting, the last month, I have gotten 10 times better results. Working out 7 days a week, you know, even an hour, mass volume, rather than the Mike Metzer method, 10 times better results. Consistent protein and creatine consistently. Just that alone, I went from 18 pull-ups to 26, almost 27 pull-ups, which is ridiculous, right? For even me to think that I could hit those numbers right now at my age, at 28, is still incredible, which shows that your capability is higher than what you think it is. It's just that you just have to focus on the thing that is you want to accomplish. Find a career, find your niche, stick with it, and I promise you will become immensely successful. I promise you, okay? The optimized life, guys, has to be higher capabilities in an increased skill set field that people will pay an absurd amount of money for. Fuck making low money, guys. Make a stupid amount of money. But if you want to make a stupid amount of money, guys, you really need to laser beam the fuck in on that one thing. Give yourself one thing to get absurdly good at. Just get stupid good at. That's the beauty about chess, guys. I think that's why I like chess so much, guys, because that's like one of the few things I can really focus on, like a monster. And when I can just focus on it, I get ridiculously good at it. There is a great pleasure in becoming more capable, striving against competition. And that's a beautiful part about career. If you have a career, you can actually compete against the best. And when you fight against the best, guys, there's nothing more satisfying in getting promoted over your competition, guys. People say that competition is not fun. Competing isn't fun. It's absolutely fun. It's insanely fun, guys. When I compete against somebody and I beat them, there's nothing more gratifying, in my personal opinion, guys. If not, guys, if you're just improving for the sake of improvement, in my opinion, you're just going to get bored. Okay, that's what I found with self-improvement after about as long as I've been doing this for. I just got bored of it. Okay, reading more books, doing more stuff. It's like, what's the point, right? But if I have a reason, something I'm striving towards, a vision, then it's like, okay, wow, I'm super motivated to work insanely fucking hard to become the most capable, the most confident, the most consistent person possible. Okay. Now, the other thing I did right in my early 20s is I kept my hungry mentality. I am still hungry to get even better. I still don't feel like I'm good enough. I still like there's still more to accomplish and more to do in your career, guys. If you're becoming better, more knowledgeable, more expertise, then there's still going to be even more that you want to do. You're never going to be hungry. Okay. And that's what I would encourage you. Find something you enjoy, guys. And here's another thing to add to this. You don't have to be obsessively passionate about what you want to do. You just have to like what you want to do. It's nice to be passionate, but you're not going to be passionate about everything you want to do, guys. I'm going to give you guys a simple example. If a guy owns a concrete factory and he's making $400,000 and he works 80 hours a week, is he passionate about working in the concrete factory? Hell no, guys. It's actually a lot more common than you think it is, guys. There are girls like on OnlyFans who are not passionate about OnlyFans, but they don't care. They're making like 30, 50, $100,000 a month because it's just work to them. It's like, if I work for 2 years really hard, I can do whatever I want for the rest of my life. Who wouldn't do that, guys? And there is something even more beautiful about working hard when you have no passion and no motivation, guys. It's more beautiful because it requires more discipline, more work ethic, and a hunger and a drive to succeed. Okay. And that to me, I find admirable. It's great to be passionate, guys. Even in chess, guys, I'm passionate about studying the French defense, the King's Indian attack. But there are some days when I'm studying games, I'm just not motivated. I don't feel motivation. I don't want to do it, but you got to do it anyways, guys. Even the thing I can play 10 hours a day, it still becomes boring as hell. Even the gym still becomes boring, right? This is the thing that's also being consistent in my life. And when you pursue your career, guys, no matter what career you pursue, there's just simply going to be parts that are going to be boring no matter what. Okay. Accept this now. Embrace the boredom. You're going to get bored. It's just going to happen. There's no career that is boredom proof. You have to make things interesting, make it exciting, and keep striving. Now, had I taken my own advice in my early 20s, guys, I would be immensely more valuable. My net worth would probably be like way better than what it is. My own net worth sucks right now, right? You would be way more ahead if you stick with the career, stick with it, and I promise you are going to become immensely successful. I can't stress that enough, guys. If you are like reading, if you're like working out, running, all that stuff is great. But if you don't have your career, then I don't see how you become successful. How do you become immensely successful? Okay. You need the funds. You really do need the funds, guys, to attain the things that you want to do. If you want to go to a mastermind, you want to go see Tony Robbins events, you want to travel the world, all these things you want to do at the highest possible level, you need to have money, guys. And money, whether we like it or not, is what makes reality work. Okay. So that is what I'm going to leave you guys with. Pursue your career to become the most capable person in your field, the absolute most capable. Stick with it. Beat your competition. Become the best. And you will find that your life will work for you. And that career will be a keystone habit to the rest of your life. Lifting, running, training, reading, those things have been the foundational building blocks to my success or striving to become better. And then compete, and then the sky's the limits, guys. Once the money is coming in, guys, you can just do whatever the hell you want. You want to travel, go travel. You want to go to an Ironman, do that. You want to go run, do that. You want to, travel, do whatever you want, and that's the beauty of a career, guys. That's all I have for you guys for optimizing forward. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you have enjoyed this live stream. Thank you.